The moment that set this in motion happened quietly. Shedeur walked onto the field for his very first preseason game with minimal expectations. A fifth-round pick, 144th overall. He wasn't supposed to carry this much hype. He wasn't supposed to be the story. But after a solid debut against Carolina, 14 completions, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, the story flipped. Within hours, his jerseys were selling at a rate no one in the NFL had ever seen. By the end of the week, the total had reached a staggering $250 million. For context, most rookies drafted in the 5th round barely make a roster, let alone move. Merchandise. Selling a few thousand jerseys over an entire season would be considered a success. Shedeur blew past that in days. Thanks to the prime equity clause, that frenzy turned into real money in his pocket. Not a small royalty check, not a token amount. $14 million, triple his entire rookie contract before week 1 even began. A rookie who hadn't played a single official NFL down was already out-earning veterans simply by monetizing his name. That's what flipped the NFL's control upside down. For decades, rookies took what they were given, small. Contracts capped by the league, limited endorsement opportunities, and the hope of a big payday years down the line. Shedeur skipped that line entirely. He came in not just as a player, but as a corporation. The jersey sales were only the first domino. What came next sent the league into full panic mode. Nike saw what Shedeur was doing and decided to go all. And this wasn't just a shoe deal, it was a cultural marketing blitz. Nike had been tracking him since his days at Colorado, where he built a viral brand with highlight reels, swagger, and the Sanders name. The company didn't wait to see how the NFL treated him. They launched before the draft, dropping cryptic campaigns, teasing custom cleats, and hinting at something massive on the horizon. By the time Shedeur hit the field in preseason, Nike had everything ready. The moment he threw his first touchdown, Nike dropped an ad across Instagram and X featuring his now signature watch celebration with the tagline, "Only a matter of time." The post exploded, nearly 200,000 likes in a single day, millions of impressions, and more importantly, millions in jersey and sneaker sales. Times Square lit up with Shedeur's face. Influencers, sneaker blogs, and sports media couldn't stop posting about him. Nike had turned a rookie's preseason into a global event. The genius of their strategy wasn't just hype. They built an ecosystem around him. Premium collectible sneakers for die-hard fans, affordable t-shirts and jerseys for kids, high-end cleats to make him the face of football culture. And they tied it all back to his father's legacy with nostalgic designs, diamond turf throwbacks, and the S2 logo that echoed Deion's prime-time swagger. They weren't just selling Shedeur. They were selling a legacy, a story, a brand that connected generations. While Nike elevated him into icon status, the NFL establishment worked just as hard to tear him back down. The attacks were relentless. Executives whispered to reporters that he was entitled and uncoachable. Scouts claimed his body language was toxic. Anonymous insiders accused him of blaming teammates, and the media pounced on every move. His diamond-studded watch celebration? Immature. A joking comment aimed at GM Andrew Berry? Disrespectful. Driving over the speed limit? Irresponsible. Never mind that other players committed the same minor infractions with little to no backlash. When Shedeur did it, it was headline news. The truth is, the criticism was never really about speeding tickets or jokes. It was about control. Shedeur didn't play the rookie role the NFL wanted. He wasn't humble, he wasn't quiet, he wasn't begging for a shot. He walked into the league acting like he owned it, and because of that clause in his contract, in some ways he did. That terrified the establishment. The resistance has roots that go back decades. His father, Deion "Primetime" Sanders, was unapologetically flashy, unapologetically confident, and unapologetically himself during a time when the NFL demanded players stay in line. Deion danced in the end zone, wore gold chains, and reminded the league that football was more than a game. It was entertainment, culture, and brand building. To some, that made him magnetic. To others, it made him a threat. Now Shedeur carries the same DNA, the same confidence, and the same refusal to fit the mold. For his fans, that makes him must-watch. For traditionalists, It's a nightmare. Inside, the Browns' locker room, that duality is on full display. Veterans rolled their eyes at the media circus that followed him everywhere. Teammates questioned if his brand-first lifestyle, endorsements, streams, social media, would distract from football. But the numbers didn't lie. His preseason passer rating of 106.8 dwarfed Dylan Gabriel's 66.1. On the field, he produced. Off it, he dominated. And that left the Browns with a dilemma. Their most talented young quarterback is also their biggest lightning rod. Can they handle the storm he brings with him? What makes this story bigger than Cleveland is what it means for the future of the NFL. If Shedeur's prime equity clause works, if his record-breaking sales and Nike campaign continue to succeed, rookies everywhere will want the same. Imagine top prospects like Caleb Williams or Arch Manning refusing to sign without equity built into their deals. Imagine rookies demanding percentages of jersey sales, sponsor revenue, and media rights. The entire system collapses. Owners lose control. Players gain leverage they've never had before. That's why the backlash against Shedeur has been so vicious. He isn't just a rookie quarterback anymore. He's a precedent. If he fails, the NFL points to him as proof that this kind of deal doesn't work. If he succeeds, he changes the rules forever. He forces a league built on rigid control to acknowledge that players can own their brand from day one. And that's what makes this story so dramatic. Shedeur Sanders has already broken the business of football before he's had the chance to break a defense in a real game. He's already rewritten the script for rookies by proving they don't have to wait years for respect or money. They can claim it instantly if they're bold enough, but the danger is real. This is still the NFL, and the league has chewed up and spat out countless young stars before. One bad season, one slump, one headline too many, and the empire could collapse. Nike could pull back. Fans could move on. Executives could smirk and say, "See? That's why we don't do things differently." Every interception, every glare in the locker room, every off-field slip-up will be magnified under the brightest possible spotlight. So the question is bigger than football. It's about whether one rookie can withstand the weight of an entire system rooting for him to fail. Is Shedeur Sanders the future, the quarterback who forces the NFL to change, who shows every young athlete that they can demand equity, respect, and ownership of their name from day one? Or is he the cautionary tale the league will hold up as proof that arrogance burns bright but short?